Elvis Costello is probably the best. Now, I don't know much about music. You all know that.
Sure.
He may be the best musician that I know least about. I know almost nothing about Elvis Costello.
Okay.
I heard his song, Veronica. You know, that was a hit in the, 80s? So
Late 80s, I think.
So I knew that, but I'm sure even Elvis Costello would look at that and go, well, this is just like a throwaway.
I don't know if he would say that, because he wrote it with Paul McCartney. So I think that song meant a lot to him in that era. It's not my personal favorite.
No, I knew.
Because I like Elvis's first 3-4 records. Masterpiece.
Well,
masterpiece.
Okay. It's like when I tried to impress my high school friend by saying I liked REM after Stand came out. And he's like, oh, okay, it's over.
Yeah.
You know, he
killed it.
Yeah, he was a huge REM fan. Yeah. And when I said, I like REM now because of Stand, he went, okay.
Oh, God.
He burned his album.
That's
it.
Yeah. It's like, you're just here for the death knell, man.
Exactly. So when I came in
you completely missed it.
That's correct. You're here for the death rattle, and that's it. So when I came in to Chris Demm and say, guess who's a big Elvis Costello fan?
Boom.
This guy just heard a little something called Watching the Detective. And Chris Demm said, that's it. I mean, it's over. Rock and roll has ended. Because I discovered this song. Chris Demm's like, who, how, what?
What show was this in?
What? Did Delilah slip up and accidentally her producer pressed the wrong button?
Or it's like Biggie just sort of hinted there. It's either a movie or a show that you're watching.
I'm not going to I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I refuse.
It's the only way that you hear
that's how I did
challenging music.
What was that song by Dion that I heard on an episode of Parenthood? Something about the wind. You know what I'm talking? Is it Dion or
Catch the Wind?
Donovan?
That's by Donovan.
Donovan. Yeah. Catch the Wind. Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. So I came in one day a few years ago and I said,
gather around.
I'm going to drop a nugget.
Yeah.
I got a little story to tell.
Little thing called Catch the Wind by Donovan caught my attention today. And Chris Demm said, God, what horrible show were you watching? That's in Parenthood.
It's rude.
Yeah, and he said, "Oh yeah, poor man's Bob Dylan." Okay, yeah, right, okay. And so then he just puts me in my place, and that's that. So today I'm striking back by giving him a put up or shut up game that is only a few years old.
Yeah, this is your music.
That's right. Well, and I don't even know it's my music until I hear it, until I play the game, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I know that song.
Yeah. That's from the gym. That's from the pool.
That's right. Fact and fact. And I'll tell you, it's so incredible too. When we do these put up or shut up games, the newer artists, it's always like so-and-so featuring two other people.
Yeah.
It's crazy the way that's done now, and sampling of other songs, and it's just a really totally different thing now.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Now but we'll play that game today, and if you're young or you have access to a young person,
grab them.
Do it
legally.
Correct. Keep them out of school the first couple of hours.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah. Maybe they're virtually learning. So I don't know. Keep them home today. And it could be worth it to take all the money out of Chris Demm's pocket if you beat him. When I walked in today, too, he had the tissue over his eye. We've chronicled this now for going on 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. He's had an eye issue, conjunctivitis, pink eye with a touch of herpes. Mm-hmm. And it's just still bothering him.
Well, and he comes in this room, our studio, and he goes so bright. And I mean, I'll be honest, it's never been this dark. It's been driving me nuts for a week.
No, it's almost pitch black in here. Yeah. I can't even have my computer screen on.
I feel like I'm getting old because of this, because I have to glare down at things I've written because it's so dark. I'm like, what does that say?
Yes, and he's so sensitive to the light, he says.
Yeah, the mornings seem to be the most challenging.
Well,
I don't know why. Maybe it's because your eyes are closed for X number of hours before that, and they're sort of healing.
Yeah, I would think so.
So this is the hardest part of the day.
But then again, wouldn't you think that you'd use your eyes all day, so the evening would be hard? After they've gone through seeing the lights there. Who knows?
Well, once the sun begins to set, even with the summertime schedule, the sun goes down kind of late. We're still. When we go to bed, sometimes
it's still light.
The sun is still up.
Light. That's right.
But if the sun sets and the TV's on, it's too bright.
Oh yeah, he can't have it. He's turning everything.
Once the sun is down, I can't watch TV.
Turn everything down. He can't even watch it. So, is there any improvement today?
Maybe a slight bit. I mean, my wife seems to think that it looks slightly better than it did 24, 48 hours ago. I got another follow-up visit in about 4 hours.
And did you celebrate your 20th anniversary with Valtrex and eye drops?
Sure did.
Scattered all over the bathroom.
Yeah.
Some rose petals
Oh, yeah, it was magic.
mixed in.
It was one to remember.
Rose petals and eye drops and Valtrex everywhere. Ah, what a dream. 20 years ago yesterday, he got married, and look at him. Now he's got conjunctivitis.
Right.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate. He's lashing out a little more, too. He was, today, it's technology-based. You know, he has a problem with the computers, Chris Demm.
Yeah.
And we're sitting in the office, and he goes, well, add Pennsylvania to the list of words my computer won't capitalize. So I sit here and write Pennsylvania, and I can't get a capital P. I have to hit the shift key. That's true. It won't.
Would it kill you?
I know.
Because it does capitalize certain words.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It capitalized Michigan. It won't do Pennsylvania. It won't do California.
It won't do California.
Huh.
It won't. It's true. Computers, man, they're funny things. Sometimes they just do something out
You
of the
think
blue.
they built those glitches in, the engineers,
Just mess with us.
30 years ago?
You know, it
just to
wouldn't-
drive us crazy?
It would be something I would do if
Yeah.
I was smart enough to do that.
Yeah, maybe. They built it in to make
Just to mess with you, I'd do it.
make you go insane.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It does because
Let's capitalize every other state.
Let's really confuse them. No. Capitalize Michigan.
but not Nevada.
And let's do this. If he starts typing, let's say, South Carolina, we'll leave the South lowercase, but we'll
Yes.
capitalize the C in Carolina, not realizing to go back and get the S.
It gets him now. I mean, it gets him a lot. You know, the email system.
Daily.
Oh,
Daily.
A lot of times it gets him. Plus, he's,
And you don't even know this. There's a really, really nice woman, and I'm going to get her name wrong. She was asking about my eye, and it's hard to read emails, so I've been very behind.
mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to I was trying to catch up this morning before the program,
Mm-hmm.
and she said I wanted to get an update on such and such on your eyeball, and I said, well, Jessica, thank you for this. And she said, I can tell how bad it is. My name's Jennifer.
Oh.
It was at the top of the email, and
God.
she signed it at the bottom. It's like I completely couldn't even see it.
Man.
I think he just gave you a great new excuse for ignoring your emails. When he said, oh, my eye, I'm sorry, I'm so behind.
I just jotted it down. My eyeball is
Eye
I'm sorry.
problems.
I have eye
killing me.
problems.
I'm leaking fluid from the eye. I've got pink eye. It's true. I fall behind on emails, as you know. I usually get them in big, like every 2 weeks. I'll go through and have hundreds and just try to answer
Well, much
them.
like your diet, you just binge and purge.
Yeah.
Exactly. I feel I don't have the time during the week. It's so busy. You know, so many, all this stuff to do.
Meetings,
Yeah.
snacks,
Oh my
workouts.
God! The TV,
Yeah.
the TV shows that I'm
Right.
watching. God knows, incredible.
This has given me a rare chance, too, to turn the tables on Chris Demm and be kind of a low-key a-hole to him about things.
That's his modus operandi.
yes,
Yeah.
because when I'm not well, he'll say certain things to me, so I've been able to go, have you thought about just going to the emergency room?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He's on you.
Have you thought about getting a second opinion?
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
The tables have turned.
Just sprinkle it
Yes,
in there.
yes.
Exactly. I was watching, talking about TV. I asked Biggie if he'd seen this week's Hard Knocks on HBO. I wanted your opinion on this. It's another Colin Cowherd that I was yesterday. I just watched Hard Knocks.
Episode 3?
Episode 3 on the Cowboys. I'm not all that impressed with this year's show.
Yeah.
Not much going on. I mean, it's like a look into practice, but we've seen it so many times now. Dak Prescott's not playing, it's about the Cowboys. But the opening of it is and Chris Demm would appreciate this. He's going to probably see it eventually. It's a drone shot over their facility in Frisco, Texas, that has, I mean, the place is just unbelievable. It's like a town itself. Jerry Jones had it built for the Cowboys. And it's
So this is not the stadium,
No.
or it is?
No, it's not the
This is
stadium.
the practice facility?
Yeah, he took a helicopter to the stadium for the game.
Oh.
Jerry Jones did. So this is a long way. This is probably 50 miles from.
Oh.
It's in Frisco, Texas.
Okay.
And so, and that's where the Cowboys go to camp. But the facility it's like a small city in and of itself. And there's just everything you can possibly want there, and it's brand new. So it's state of the art. Everything is state of the art, and they do a drone shot, probably 5 minutes of it. Over it,
wow.
through it. It never breaks. It goes through every room.
That'd be cool.
It's really neat to see. You'd probably get it on YouTube and see it.
Yeah.
But I watched it and I thought, wow. I mean, that's what I was most taken by in the whole episode.
Sure.
It's like, holy cow, look where they practice. Well, then I flip over Colin Cowherd. You know how I do.
Yeah.
Let me get your opinion on this.
He leads you down. He leads you down the primrose path weekly.
Always.
He has led me to make some poor bets with my son. he said the Trailblazers were going to beat the Lakers in the playoffs last year. So I told my son, I was like, let's go. Let's
Book it.
Bet on it.
Dorm
Blazers.
fridge.
Yeah, dorm fridge, which he's still enjoying. Because not only did the Lakers beat the Trailblazers, they won the whole championship This is last year. So Cowherd's take on it was it's not gritty enough. It's too...
What, the series, Hard Knocks?
No, the facility. It's too nice. There's too many... Everything's shiny. You don't... it's not blue-collar enough. And they're too soft. And that's one of the reasons the Cowboys can never quite break through is everything is too soft. You know, you want a team like Pittsburgh that has a little grit to them, or Green Bay, or some of these other teams. But he said that facility just basically emphasizes everything the Cowboys are, which is glitz and glamour, but not real get down in the dirt and mud and blood and play football, And I thought, I agree with that, but it might just be because I'm old. And, in the old days, teams would go off to a small college and really get down. And, I mean, camp was brutal. They would always say it was the worst 3 weeks. But I think that's where a team really gels. They come together, and it's like us against the world because it's so hard. This doesn't look that hard.
I guess you would have to ask maybe ex-players.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way to ask, a guy that just joined the Cowboys and 3 years in, what do you think about this versus when you were Jets or something?
I mean, are they all really nice now?
Yeah, what you need to do, because, I mean, the only example we have of hugely successful franchise is the Patriots. What does their camp look like?
How do they do it? I mean, how nice is it? Is it...
I mean, the Packers ride bicycles to camp.
Did we see
they've
that?
won the Super Bowl in how many years?
They haven't won the Super Bowl. They won it once with Aaron Rodgers probably 10 or 11 years ago.
But, I mean, that's their tradition, right? They ride bicycles from either the hotel or to the practice field or the training facility.
It may be. I follow the Broncos, and when I first really started getting into training camp 20 years ago, they were all complaining because they had to go off to a college and live in dorms, and it was just miserable.
Yeah.
But now I think they've all gotten nicer. This one it's one of the nicest places I've ever seen, and he was just basically saying, this Colin Cowherd was basically saying, it's like somebody who grows up with money. You have everything handed to you, and so you don't want it. You don't have that fight, that grit. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but it made a good sense to me, but I'm not positive.
Well, they've shown a little bit of being inside the rooms. The living quarters don't look too crazy to me. It reminds me of a college dorm, frankly.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm not sure. But it is a beautiful place now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got like theaters and, shopping centers and all this stuff for the players. If they want it, they can do whatever they want, basically.
I often think of the Oakland A's who are, playing.
Oh, they're playing that pit.
That terrible conditions.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they'd argue that this makes us better or more gritty.
Of course, they're playing that. This is just for camp. So, you're talking about, let's go away. And remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans.
What was that? But that was set in the 60s.
I know. But Denzel took them off, to camp. They hated each other because half of them were black, half of them were white. They were integrating the school, and he took them off, and they, went to practice in these terrible conditions, and they all started to like each other because. But this is professional football, so it might be all long past that. Who knows?
Well, and I bet when it's not training camp, those stores and that theater, it's come shop and hang out where the Cowboys are.
Yeah.
Shop. So to them, it might be more of a long-term.
Oh, it is totally. That's why it's there.
It may pay for itself.
It does. It's not. It's not even about the money. It's just about is it too soft, to be there.
I mean, didn't they do the Browns? Who was the team last year? Or was it not? I can't remember if they did a Hard Knocks. But, I mean, the Browns facilities were nice.
They're nice. Now, nothing like this, though. I mean, this is, you look at it and you're like, holy cow. I mean, it is. It's like you'd love to live there. This is where you'd want to live because it's like that place in the Truman Show where
perfect little town.
It's perfect. It really is perfect.